All right, who remembers the Sloppy Joe boats? About 2 years ago, I had them here. Who's still making the Sloppy Joe boats? I know a guy in Manchester who still makes those. He loves those things. Fantastic. Well, this is Sloppy Joe again, but this time we've got baked Sloppy Joe and pasta skillet. And of course I'm using my favorite pasta, which is the fusilli pasta, because it just kind of sucks everything up in it. Yes, great stuff. All right, this is still quite hot. Let's have a little bite. Oh, you just dig down in there. You got the cheese melting on top. Down inside, you got the Sloppy Joe that you've made up with hamburger and chili and tomatoes and molasses and all kinds of good stuff. And then you've got those fusilli pasta in there. Oh, I hope it's not too hot. This came out of the oven a little while ago. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Sloppy Joe flavor in there. You got the pasta, chewiness. Then you got the melty cheese. Oh, it's fantastic. And look, well, other than cooking up the pasta itself ahead of time, it's all a one-pot dish. You just throw it in the oven. It lasts a little bit. Let it go for 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I think my oven is only about 15 minutes, and then dinner's ready. That's it. So let's go in the kitchen and make some right now. All right, so here are all the ingredients we need. Across the front, well, we've got molasses. I haven't used that for a while. I love using molasses. There's a 1/4 cup of molasses in there. Here is 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, whichever way you want to say it. Here are 3 cloves of garlic crushed, 2 tablespoons of chili powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of butter. Then across here, we've got the ground meat. Again, any ground meat you want to use. I tend to use my mixture of beef and pork. You could use beef, you could use pork. You want to use turkey, chicken, that's okay, whatever. Ground meat. That is 12 ounces or 370 grams of ground meat. 1 onion, it's kind of a large onion this time, but 1 onion, finely chopped. Over here, I've got 12 ounces or 370 grams of cheddar cheese grated. I've got 1 14 or 15 ounce can of tomatoes. And then across the back here, this was 8 ounces or 230 grams of my favorite fusilli pasta, because I love fusilli, as you may have noticed. And it's been cooked now. It's cooked and drained, just cooked al dente. Follow the package directions. Usually it's around about 9 minutes. All right, over here I've got my cast iron. I noticed this, I've got the deep one because I just want a little bit more space. So what I'm going to do first of all is toss in the butter, and I'm going to bring that up on medium heat. Up on medium heat, what I want to do now is just get that butter melted. Then we're going to toss in the onion. All right, butter's melted. Toss in the onion. Going to cook that onion just for about 5 minutes, just stirring occasionally. I just want to soften it up just a little bit before I add in the meat and stuff. So, see you back here, 5 minutes. All right, so the onions are softened up a bit. So what I'm going to do is add in the ground meat. And the chili powder. Woo! That was close. Chili powder. We did end up with a little on the counter, but fortunately this counter saved it. Whew. Coordination, Kevin. All right. Pepper, salt, and then see if we can wreck anything else here in the kitchen. Gonna mix that in. So what I'm gonna do now is just mix this around and cook it while stirring every once in a while for about another 8 to 10 minutes. I want to just brown up the meat a bit and soften those onions up even more. Get this all ready. Then we'll be back. I'm gonna add some of these ingredients up front here. All right, see you back here in about 8 to 10 minutes. All right, it's looking pretty good, nicely browned, looking delicious, just like that. What we're gonna add in now is the tomatoes. And let's grab this here and get all that tomato out of there. All right. And if the tomatoes like whole canned tomatoes, you just want to crush them up a little bit with your this thing. We call it a kibella. I'm trying to remember what it's called in English. Us wooden spatula. All right, so I've added that in. I'm going to add in the molasses. I love molasses. Put this on pancakes. My wife just looks at me like, what's wrong with you? But it is good. I don't know, I guess not everybody is molasses crazy, but I love this stuff. And then the Worcester sauce. Did I say it right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. And the garlic. Oh. Molasses with just a touch of garlic added in there. Not bad at all. All right, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. Just wanna lightly simmer this about 5 minutes. Give it a stir every once in a while. And we'll be back here in 5. And then I'm gonna add in the pasta, the cheese, and go into the oven. See you then. All right, so that's been simmering away nicely. That looks really good. There's your sloppy joes. Now, I turn that heat off. Turn off the overhead fan too. All right, a little less noisy. And gonna take the pasta. Oops. Ooh, that was close. Let me get that pasta mixed in there first. I want that sauce getting in to the fusilli. You know, kind of in between all the little crevices that hold juices and things. I'll just kind of do a bit of turning here. That's getting a little hot. All right, turn that. There we go, look at that. Now we're getting it all mixed nicely together. All right, now the cheese. I'll do the cheese. I like to take like about 1/3 of the cheese and mix it in. You know, just get a little cheese spread throughout, and then put the rest of the cheese up on top. But let's just mix some of that in there so we can have cheese everywhere. Ooh, put that down inside there. Just a little bit more. Perfect. Then flatten that out, and the rest of the cheese, well, that goes on top. And then we're gonna go in the oven. It's all gonna melt down into there. All right, just get that evenly spread out. All right, this is gonna go in the oven over there, 350 degrees, 180 degrees Celsius. Gonna put it in there for anywhere between about 15 to 20 minutes. Probably gonna go more like the 15-minute side because, you know, my oven always runs a little on the warmer side. But what you want basically is we want that cheese to melt and kind of melt in there, and then just maybe just a little bit of browning on top. Not too much, but just a little bit. That'll be perfect. All right, see you back here then. All right, there we go. Our baked sloppy joes came out of the oven, looking fantastic. Look at all sloppy, great. All right, that means that all these fusilli will have sucked up lots of juice and stuff. It's gonna be delicious. It's just it's really hot right now, but let's just dig in a little bit here on the edge and have a look. Oh, look at that. So down inside there you got all the sloppy joes, you got the pasta, you got the cheese melting down into there. I'm not gonna bite that right now because I really don't want a burnt tongue. It's hot, but yeah, smells great. All right, if you like this recipe, stick around. There's a lot more original Kevin Riley Kuma's Kitchen recipes here on the channel. And make sure you subscribe because there's a new one coming out every Monday. Also, if you like all these recipes and want to see more, please consider becoming a patron, because for like as little as $3 a month, you're helping to support the creation of this, paying for the rent of this little studio I built here and things like that, and all the food and everything that goes into this. And also, you get access to all the cool stuff that the patrons get. So consider that. And in the meantime, go make this delicious bake and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.